We all know that the economy these days leaves something to be desired. Families are spending less and staying home more. Why not take this time to focus on the things that really matter, a relationship with a loved one or feeling good about who you are? Joining me now is resident love doctor Amy Rubin. She has a weekly radio show on soulsjourneyradio.com, and you've also got a website called amysheart.info, and you speak to people about all things love, advice, inspiration, intuition, and more. This is a passion for you. Tell me about this.
Yes, it's incredible. It's been a great opportunity for me to be able to have a website and now a radio show to really share with women all over the world, just kind of help them really discover their dreams. And I want it to be kind of a place where we can all come together, and especially in these times, and just talk about things that go on in our everyday life, relationships and love. And we also really encourage each other to go after our dreams.
How did you decide that this was your calling?
Well, you know, I've always been interested, and I've had the complete honor from working with some incredible people like Wayne Dyer and Reen Williamson, and I've studied with them for many, many years. And I actually was invited to be on a show with one of them, and they had such a terrific show and had so many callers, they decided to give me my own show. So they asked me if I'd like to do Amy's Heart. And once I started doing that, I have people calling from all over, and the experience has just been incredible. So it just really just sort of led me in the right direction just by doing that.
What kind of things are people looking for? What kind of questions do they ask?
You know, the biggest questions I get are about relationships. Obviously, I'm people that are dating, looking for love, or people that are in relationships, have been married for a long time, and they might be struggling or going through difficult times. But I also get a lot of questions from women and just people in general that are looking for their passions, and they're not sure how to go about doing that.
Yeah. Well, and this is an interesting time because it's a time when people are losing their jobs, they're losing their homes, they're losing hope, frankly. And so you talk a lot about rediscovering yourself and finding that motivation within to go ahead and be better. So talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely, Jackie. Well, the most interesting thing is, like, sometimes in the darkest times in our lives, when we're going through some really difficult times, we find the greatest gifts. And that's always been something that I've told people. I'm like, you know, don't look at the economy as a bad thing or maybe losing your job, because it actually pushes you to where you really are supposed to be. And if you're always comfortable with what you're doing in your life, you're never going to challenge yourself to be better and to grow. So it's actually a really big gift.
So this is an important time for people to kind of focus on themselves, focus on a spouse or someone that maybe they've lost touch with or need to reconnect with.
I agree with that 100%, but I think it's also a great time to focus on yourself and really discover what's important for you. You know, don't get down on yourself and really decide, you know, what are your dreams, and figure out a way to make them come true, whether it's in love or whether it's in life, just in general.
And that's great advice for a lot of people who just sort of lose sight of that. It's easy to do when things feel like the walls are caving in on you. You've obviously pursued your passion. You have been on a billboard recently. You have been on a magazine cover. You've gotten a lot of attention for that, and it's been wonderful. How does it feel to be where you're at now?
It's incredible, and I just want to express that it has been a rocky road. I mean, it hasn't all been a perfect ride. It's been incredible because it's been all of these wonderful opportunities coming at me, but you know, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. You know, you have to keep going after your dreams. That's all I have to say, is just never give up.
Well, whether you're looking for love or looking for advice on how to better yourself, you can put your heart in Amy's hands. You can listen to Amy's Heart anytime by going online to amysheart.info. Her weekly radio show is streamed live each Tuesday at 7 p.m. on soulsjourneyradio.com. Amy, thanks so much again for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I feel better already.
Oh, terrific. Thank you.
You're welcome.